wanted to share this really quick. Sorry for, I'm in a dark car and I'm not trying to blank my background, but I wanted y'all to see this. So I was looking at a video from the whole tea time incident, and there was a comment underneath the video that was very insensitive. And it's what I talked about the other day on a video when I said that we need to stray away, all of us need to stray away from being disrespectful to one another, especially for, when somebody's going through a hard time. So I was looking at this video, and I want you guys to look at this top comment that's by this love person, and let me read it with you. It says, so typical of people, her skin tone. And just for a little bit more insight, this person was saying that she was collecting money from, because this is what happened, she went on live and said that she was collecting money for her mental health, and that she just needed some time away, and it was just it was kind of insensitive. Her response thus far is kind of insensitive. It's a little tone deaf, being that somebody's life was taken. It just seems to be all about her and her mental health, and so the person in the comment section said this is so typical of people with her skin tone. And then the next comment you guys can read, it says, wow, did you really just say that? And then somebody said it's because it's actually typical, right? And then somebody says your name is love, everyone. And then somebody says a church shooting would have been of your skin tone perhaps. And then somebody said like mass shooters are for, well, okay. So I can cover 2 points with this video, and the first point is I'm going to say the shorter point, which is this is what I mean, you don't fight fire with fire, right? Because then once you hit low, you have to keep going and forth. I feel like this is something that we did in elementary school and you just forgot it. Best example I can give you is if there is a new earth, none of you can come because all of you want to carry this bad behavior into the new earth. Figuring out how to combat ignorance in a resistant yet peaceful way is the goal. You guys don't like peaceful resistance because you've taught to be belligerent. People have baited you. This country has baited you into being awful towards one another. And the most powerful thing you can do is not claim that shit. Go against it. And I wouldn't say you walk around educating people. Sometimes you got to tell people to fuck off. But hitting below the belt back is just going to make it continue. And you're better than that. So if I had a new society that I was bringing everybody to, none of you would go because you would carry this same underhanded behavior into the new society. That's not what we're doing. We're not trying to win so that we can create another society identical to this one. Okay, I came back. So the second point that I wanted to make is that people can see you. And gaslighting people out of what they see is not going to make them believe that you are not doing what they see you're doing, or that you are somebody else other than what they see. For instance, if you're talking about being on the spectrum and neurodivergent, there's a trait called pattern detection. Pattern detection is not exclusive to any race. If you see something be a pattern within a community or a system or whatever, and you notice it, and then the community consistently tells you, you don't see what you see, this can be part of the frustration, right? If you don't want people to see your patterns, stop doing it. This is where accountability comes in, no? This is what I'm talking to you about. You cannot continue to gaslight everybody out of their experience. And this is the feeling that I've had within the community my entire life, not even knowing that I was on the spectrum and knowing that justice sensitivity and pattern recognition was something that I have, but I do have it. So when I talk about the Black community, it's not coming from a place of hate. It's coming from a place of seeing it and saying it. Secondly, I was on my YouTube channel and I was going back and forth with somebody. I had to hide that user because it was just getting on my nerves. He was getting on my nerves, but he came under the comment section and he was telling me that I'm an outsider. I wish I was a part of the community. I'm not. And just because I was born here doesn't make me one of them. Black people, right? This is what he's saying to me, trying to ostracize me, right? Hold on a second. So I was like telling him, he kept trying to gaslight me and do this thing that Black Americans do and say, the blood of their ancestors and I will never know because that blood doesn't run through, like, the gaslighting. If you cared so much about the blood and the ancestors were speaking through you, you wouldn't eat Chipotle. You wouldn't eat all that motherfucking sour cream because that's not for us Africans. You understand? I eat the sour cream too, but you get what I'm saying. I'm American. I'm Americanized. You would be eating properly. You would be raising your children, okay? So when I start saying these type of things, people are like, oh, you're attacking us. No. I'm calling you out on your hypocrisy. You want to ostracize me and talk about the blood beating through your veins when you don't even give a fuck about what your ancestor did for you to get to this position. You're throwing it away. But anyway, so he said that to me, and I had to tell him, that's not how perception works. Anyone can perceive you. You don't get to gatekeep perception. We can see you. So you can try to ostracize me and say you'll never know what we stand for because you're not within the community. You wish you're on the outside. That is the point. We're on the outside looking in, because I will never, let me explain something to you. I'm not saying that I'm better than you. I'm saying that I have more sense than you, for sure. And it is a privilege to be near me because I live intentionally. Don't ever for a second think that I'm doing this because I want to seat at your raggedy ass table. I want your table to be better. And I'm saying raggedy ass table because who would get online and try to disrespect and ostracize people with their own skin when they're always online talking about black, black, black? So understand, it's a privilege to be near me because I would never treat you like that. Understand? So yeah, you want me. That's not how perception works. People can see you, and you can't pick and choose what they see and gaslight them out of their experience, because now you're doing two things. They can see the nonsense that you're doing, and secondly, you're trying to tell them you don't see what you see. We see what we see. Who do you want to hear it from? Do you want to hear these type of things from the white people in the comment section like that, or do you want to hear it from me with love? I can keep going. I had a long conversation today, it pissed me off, but I just said, you know what, whatever. But that's the gist of it. Like, all of the things are true. When you do hear school shootings, you think of white people. That's not acceptable either. They should be embarrassed that they're known for that. But this is what I'm saying. Why are you fighting fire with fire? Why do you, black people, black Americans tend to be morally corrupt? Because you are the product of your environment. This is how we have conversations of like y'all going to Jamaica and still expecting good service after a natural disaster. It's like, I don't think white people would do that because white people have their hands in more shit here. You don't own anything, so you don't know what it takes to like do the things. You are the consumer here. So, and Lovely T did show it in her video that there were white people going out there helping to pick up debris as opposed to filming themselves on TikTok saying, "Where my food at?" I'm telling you, you have a booger. You have a booger. Are you gonna let the booger stay in your nose, or are you gonna get it out?